I 28F am sitting in my apartment, staring at my phone, wondering if I just ruined my best friend's life or saved my own. I need to know if I'm the asshole here because I can't stop replaying what happened last weekend at her engagement party. It's been 3 days and I haven't slept more than a couple of hours since. My head's a mess and I need strangers on the internet to tell me if I went too far. Let me back up and give you the full story. This is long, so bear with me. Introduction and background: I've known Emily, 29F, since we were in middle school. She was the loud, confident one who'd drag me out of my shell, while I was the quiet bookworm who'd help her pass algebra. We were inseparable: sleepovers, late-night talks about boys, crying over her first breakup, celebrating my college acceptance. She's the kind of friend who'd show up at your door with pizza and wine when you got dumped, no questions asked. We've been through everything together: her parents' divorce, my mom's cancer scare, and countless heartbreaks on both sides. Emily's always been a bit of a wild card, charming, impulsive, and a magnet for drama. She's dated a string of guys, each one more intense than the last, but she always said she wasn't the settling down type. So when she met Ryan, 31M, 2 years ago, I was shocked at how fast she fell for him. Ryan's a finance bro, polished, handsome, always in a tailored suit, with a smile that screams, "I know I'm charming." He's the kind of guy who'd buy you flowers and make sure everyone knows he did. Emily was smitten, and honestly, I was happy for her. They moved in together after 6 months, and last month, Ryan proposed. She said yes, obviously, and the engagement party was set for a fancy rooftop venue downtown. I was her maid of honor, of course. I helped plan the party, spent hours picking out decorations, and even gave a speech about how Emily deserved someone who'd match her fire. Everything seemed perfect. Emily was glowing, Ryan was doting, and our friend group, me, Emily, our other close friend Sarah, 28F, and a few others, was thrilled to see her so happy. But looking back, there were cracks I didn't notice at first. Build-up of suspicion, it started a few weeks before the engagement party. Emily and I were grabbing coffee at our usual spot, a cozy little cafe near my apartment. She was scrolling through her phone, showing me ring pics and venue ideas when a text popped up on her screen. It was from someone named Jay, just a quick "miss you, call me later." I didn't think much of it at the time. Emily's always juggling a million group chats. But she swiped it away so fast it made my stomach do a little flip. I asked casually, "Who's Jay?" She laughed it off, saying it was just a work friend, and changed the subject to bridesmaid dresses. That moment stuck with me, though. Emily's not the type to be cagey about her phone. She's the girl who leaves her texts open on the table and doesn't care who sees. Over the next few weeks, I noticed other things. She'd get quiet when Ryan was around, like she was holding back. Once, at a group dinner, I caught her checking her phone under the table, her face pale, before she excused herself to the bathroom for 15 minutes. When she came back, her eyes were red, but she brushed it off as allergies. I tried to chalk it up to pre-wedding stress. Planning a wedding is overwhelming, right? But then Sarah pulled me aside one night after drinks. We were at a dive bar, just the two of us, and she looked nervous. "Have you noticed Emily acting weird?" she asked. I nodded, relieved someone else saw it. Sarah said she'd overheard Emily on the phone a few days ago, whispering, "I can't do this right now, I'll call you back." Sarah didn't know who it was, but the tone felt off, secretive, almost guilty. I didn't want to jump to conclusions. Emily's always been a little dramatic, and maybe she was just stressed about the wedding. But the night before the engagement party, I got a text from her at 2 a.m. "Can't sleep. Do you ever feel like you're making a huge mistake?" I stared at it for a good 10 minutes before replying, "What's going on? Talk to me." She didn't respond, and when I called, it went straight to voicemail. The discovery: the engagement party was at this gorgeous rooftop venue with fairy lights, an open bar, and a view of the city skyline. Emily looked stunning in a white dress, and Ryan was working the room like a politician. I was running around, making sure the caterers were on track and the playlist didn't skip to anything embarrassing. But all night, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Emily kept glancing at her phone, and at one point I saw her slip out to the balcony alone. I followed her, thinking she just needed a pep talk. When I got outside, she was on the phone, her voice low and tense. I couldn't hear everything, but I caught snippets. "You can't keep doing this, I told you it's over, don't ruin this for me." My heart sank. I stepped back inside before she saw me, my mind racing. Was she talking to an ex? A fling, someone else entirely? I tried to focus on the party, but I couldn't stop watching her. Then during the toasts, Ryan's brother got up to speak. He was tipsy, rambling about how Ryan was finally settling down and leaving his wild days behind. Everyone laughed, except Emily. Her smile froze and she gripped her wine glass so hard I thought it might shatter. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just about her. Ryan was involved in something too. After the toasts, I pulled Sarah into a corner and told her what I'd overheard. She looked pale. "I didn't want to say anything earlier," she whispered, "but I saw Ryan at a bar a few weeks ago. He was with some woman close, like too close. I thought maybe it was a coworker, but..." She trailed off, and we both knew what the other was thinking. I couldn't let it go. While the party was in full swing, I slipped into the coach room where Emily had left her purse. I know, snooping is wrong, but I was desperate for answers. Her phone was unlocked. She's terrible with passcodes, and I opened her texts. There it was, a thread with Jay. The messages were a gut punch. "I can't stop thinking about you. Ryan doesn't know. Meet me one last time before the wedding." My hands were shaking as I scrolled. Emily was cheating on Ryan with someone named Jake. But it got worse. Further up the thread, I found messages from months ago where Emily and Jake were talking about Ryan. Jake wrote, "He's still seeing her, isn't he?" And Emily replied, "I don't know how to confront him without blowing up my life." It was like the floor dropped out from under me. Not only was Emily cheating, but Ryan was too. They were both lying to each other, and I was caught in the middle. Confrontation, I couldn't keep it in. I know I should have waited, talked to Emily privately, but I was furious and hurt, and honestly a little drunk. I found her by the dessert table, laughing with some guests, and pulled her aside. "We need to talk, now." She looked annoyed, but followed me to a quiet corner of the rooftop. "What's wrong with you?" she snapped. "This is my engagement party, and you're acting like someone died." I didn't hold back. "Who's Jake?" I asked, my voice shaking. Her face went white, and she tried to laugh it off. "What are you talking about? Jake's just..." "Don't lie to me." I cut her off, louder than I meant to. A few people glanced over, but I didn't care. "I saw your texts, Emily. You're cheating on Ryan, and don't pretend you don't know about him either. He's cheating too, isn't he?" Her eyes widened, and for a second I thought she'd slap me. Instead, she grabbed my arm and pulled me further away from the crowd. "How dare you go through my phone?" she hissed. "You have no idea what's going on." "Then tell me," I shouted. "You're my best friend and you're lying to everyone. You're lying to Ryan, to me, to yourself. What the hell is happening?" She started crying, which threw me off. Emily doesn't cry easily. "You don't understand," she said, her voice breaking. He was before Ryan. It was a mistake, okay? I tried to end it, but he keeps pulling me back. And Ryan..." She stopped, wiping her eyes. "I know he's not perfect. I've seen texts on his phone too. Some woman named Lauren, but I love him and I thought I could fix this." I was speechless. They were both cheating, both lying, and somehow thought they could build a marriage on this mess. Before I could respond, Ryan walked over, his face tight. "What's going on here?" he asked, looking between us. I don't know what came over me. Maybe it was the wine, or the betrayal, or the fact that I'd spent years watching Emily throw herself into chaos and call it love. I turned to him and said, "Why don't you tell her about Lauren, Ryan?" The air went still. Emily's head snapped toward him. "What?" she whispered. Ryan's face went from confused to furious in a second. "What the hell are you talking about?" he demanded, but his voice cracked and I knew I'd hit a nerve. "Don't play dumb," I said, my voice rising. "You're cheating on her and she's cheating on you with some guy named Jake. You're both liars." The party went quiet. People were staring now, glasses frozen halfway to their mouths. Emily was sobbing and Ryan looked like he wanted to punch something. "You're out of line," he growled at me. "This is none of your business." "It is my business when my best friend is throwing her life away on a guy who doesn't deserve her," I shouted. "And you don't get to act all high and mighty when you're sneaking around with someone else." Emily grabbed my arm, her nails digging into my skin. "Stop it," she begged. "You're ruining everything." I yanked my arm away. "No, you ruined it. Both of you." Aftermath and reflection, the party ended early. Guests trickled out, whispering, while Emily and Ryan disappeared into a private room to talk. Sarah drove me home, and we sat in stunned silence the whole way. I kept replaying the fight in my head, wondering if I'd gone too far. I was so angry at Emily for lying, at Ryan for cheating, at myself for not seeing it sooner. The next day, Emily texted me. "I can't believe you did that. I don't know if I can forgive you." I didn't respond. What could I say? I'd exposed her secret in front of everyone, but she'd been lying to my face for months. Ryan unfollowed me on all socials, and our friend group is split. Some think I was right to call them out, others say I should have stayed out of it. I've been crying on and off since it happened. Emily was my rock for so long, but now I don't know who she is. Was our friendship even real, or was I just another person she kept in the dark? And Ryan, God, I thought he was one of the good ones. I keep wondering if I should have handled it differently, maybe confronted her privately or kept my mouth shut entirely. The lesson I'm taking away is that trust is fragile, and love can blind you to the truth. I thought I knew Emily better than anyone, but I didn't see the secrets she was hiding. I don't know if I'm the asshole for exposing her, or if I did the right thing by refusing to let her live a lie. Climactic ending yesterday, I got a voicemail from Emily. I almost didn't listen, but curiosity got the better of me. Her voice was shaky, like she'd been crying for hours. "I need to tell you something," she said. "Ryan and I called off the engagement. You were right, he was cheating. But it's worse than you think. Lauren, she's pregnant. And Jake, he's not just some fling. He's my ex from college, and he's been blackmailing me with stuff from our past. I didn't know how to tell you. I'm so sorry." I sat there, stunned, as the voicemail ended. My heart broke for her, but I'm also so angry. She's in this mess because of her own choices, but now she's alone, dealing with blackmail and a broken engagement. I want to reach out, but I don't know if I can trust her again. And part of me wonders if I'm partly to blame for how public this all became. So, Reddit, AITA for blowing up my best friend's engagement party. Should I have stayed quiet and let her figure it out on her own? Or did I do the right thing by exposing the truth, even if it hurt her?